Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to my Sims 4 Greenburg Home Limited Packs renovation. This is once again part of a renovation battle arranged by Havana Sims, where the focus is on Evergreen Harbor. The instructions that we got were: Knox Greenburg is looking to renovate his living space, but his parents have decided that they want their space changed as well. Their lot sticks out from the changes that are going on in the neighborhood, and Knox is tired of having to climb up a ladder to sleep in his bed. Their needs were: we could add, remove, change the windows, doors, fences, and gates, landscaping, staircases, roofing, and foundation. We had to get rid of the top floor bedroom to level out Knox's living space, or we had the option to use it as something else, and we had to landscape their lot according to the town's footprint in our own game, and we weren't supposed to remove any of their skill building items or machines. The list of who is participating is up on the screen, and Havana is once again doing a tour later today at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can see everybody's builds on the gallery under the hashtag KnoxReno. Now, I further decided that I was actually going to keep the look pretty similar to what was here. Contrary to it standing out like a sore thumb, I just made it more green because I tend to either have neutral or green footprints in my game when I am playing. But I did try and make it more functional regardless. I even left the old bedroom upstairs, but it's for guests now and not for Knox anymore. I left it like that because I wanted to keep the look as it was, and I figured a bedroom was good because no one's going to try and go up there. But you may have noticed there, I'm adding a basement. And my favorite thing, I added essentially a basement bunker where they have a house for his mother's, and they have adopted a little toddler, a little girl actually. So this becomes their space, and their space went to Knox. So there he got off of having to climb the ladder because he got their original space, which you can see I had emptied a lot of stuff. So the look of the lot, like I said, is going to be very similar, other than it's a lot greener and the space is underground, and they like to garden, so I kept the garden area there, but I added some indoor garden area so they could do some gardening all year round. And then I covered that porch, as you can see, to off of Knox's space. But Knox actually spends most of his time in his mother's downstairs apartment down there, which has lots of light because I had opened it up, or will be opening it up, on two sides. So you can't see the one side. It's set up already, just not actually done. So it's not really that dark. It's quite bright, and they spend all their time down there. So here is me changing this space up a little bit. I converted that was a really big bathroom, and I turned it into a bedroom for Knox. And I kept the outside all the same, but inside I added some more eco-friendly wall coverings to help keep it green. And in my game, it sort of went between being green and being neutral. More green than neutral, but I do find mine tends to flip-flop a little bit. I think that might be a reported issue, but I think it also is to do with what else is in the neighborhood, so that has an impact. But anyways, I kept the little light, I just changed the color, and I did keep a lot of the elements that were here already, so I just sort of changed it to be a little bit more playable than it was. From my perspective, I prefer, to actually have a kitchen, which the house/apartment downstairs gets a proper kitchen. Might be another reason why they spent a lot of time down there. Like, even Knox seriously was there all the time. But anyways, but there's a little bathroom, and I did try to make this limited pack. So the primary packs used in this build really is eco lifestyle, but I do have a few things from Discovery University, including that shower in that bathroom, because that's what I needed to do to be able to do that without move objects, have that 2x2 bathroom work, and it does work fully. And I also added some things from Nifty Knitting. Not a lot, but a couple of things that are kind of important. Well, essentially, I've added some rocking chairs, but then also I had Blossom doing a lot of knitting. She's actually on the last tier of the knitting aspiration. So, because I played this for like about a week and a half sim time, maybe even 2 weeks. And so there's some things she's knitted around. the house. Some toys, and which I put down right at the last minute before I saved it, because of course you know Sims are gonna put those toys away, so they are actually out and on display temporarily. I'm sure the next time I go into my game to play with them, they will be away as soon as they get a chance, because that's what Sims do. So there's like 2 little outdoor areas. I don't really use this area. It's more like a window well for light, and I think I put 1 planter there. But this area in the middle where they come in, of course they come in through there to go into the apartment, but they also, there's going to be a seating area there, just like they had a seating area on the balcony that they had of the original place. I put a seating area down here. I also moved some of their skill building items indoors because I have seasons, and things like the juice fizzing machine I would think would break in the rain, and rain happens if you have seasons. I did leave some of the ones that were okay outside. Also the fabricator, I took it inside. It'll go in the same space, that little outside on the other side. I just sort of did this because I wanted as much natural light in this downstairs apartment as possible, and by having sort of the window well on the other side and this side, they have quite a lot of light. It's quite bright when you play down there, because like I said, I did. And they only have 1 bathroom down here, and of course I did the tub bath combo, which is the same one they had before, like the exact same one. I just used the same one, but they needed that because we have a toddler, so the only way to bathe the toddler is with a bathtub. But you know, where Knox had the bathroom and I didn't even touch them, because I did use the bathroom because it was kind of convenient if they all needed to have a shower at the same time to have that, or if they were up there, it sort of lets them get easy access from the yard. And 2 of them definitely love the outdoors. I know I changed. 2 of them also had the recycled disciple trait, and I wasn't going to play with that. So I got rid of those. I used cheats to get rid. Actually, I didn't even use cheats. I used the potion, but there's a room by Euphorial Queen on the gallery that has the begin again trait potions, and there's 5 of them. So I grabbed that and gave the 2 that had that trait the potion so I could remove it, because I didn't want to take a chance of them taking stuff away, because that is something they do. They'll recycle their own things if they don't get enough recycling done. Knox definitely has the trait, and I think Blossom has it too. And I think I maybe had her love the outdoors, and 2 of them already were love the outdoors. In the end, all of them love the outdoors, which is why I left that big outdoor space that was there, because I thought that it made sense for them. You know, they like to be outside, and they like to have a garden outside, and so I didn't want to really change that very much from how the lot was, which is why I built it down so that they still had all that outdoor space, and even a little bit outdoor space downstairs. So there we go. Here's the little toddler's bedroom. They adopted a little girl. I actually adopted her as a baby because I wanted to give her her trait, and the little retraiting potion doesn't work with toddlers. They can't drink it. So I made sure that I just aged her up so that I could pick her trait. I think I made her clingy or something like that. I actually will have the played version, including Iris, who is their little toddler, on the gallery. But she has fully maxed all of her toddler skills because I played with them so long that she maxed them, and she was finished maxing them, and I kept playing with her as a toddler. Pretty much time to age her up, but I had this all decorated for a toddler, so I left her that way. So here is the little room. I do move that bookcase out into the living area, and the couch there, it goes. I ended up getting something else. And they had those chairs, and I thought it kind of suited them and their clothes and all that stuff, so I just kept that sort of theme of those chairs where they use little armchairs where I didn't want to use a rocking chair in a few different places. That little teddy bear goes because we had a bunny day in the game, and they managed to collect all the eggs. And so instead of that little teddy bear, we have actually Bun Bun. And I also put the eggs that they collected, they're sort of on some shelves around that got added afterwards. I did make a few changes because I play tested it and changed things up a little bit from what you're going to see in this speed build. But this is mainly what it is. It's just a few small changes, like the eggs being added and a few decorations, because like the rug out here, I actually had them crafted, and there's a couple of rugs in different places that I had them craft, and a few decorations, some paintings Blossom painted while I was playing with them that you won't see now. I put a decoration you'll see later on the right hand side of that fireplace, and I end up replacing that with a painting and a mirror, a couple of things, just slightly different. Because like I said, when you play with them, you change things up a little bit, but the main look is the same as you're going to see here. And I needed them to have a radio because for the knitting aspiration, they have to listen to the radio while they are knitting for part of it. So I put it down there, but they like to dance there a lot at that radio. And so that's just decorative, and I just put it out there so they had something nice to look at and some lights too. And I think it's the time of day. It maybe wasn't that sunny when I was doing this, but I know, like I said, when I played, it was quite bright in here most of the time, unless of course it was overcast. But and then they had those in the bathroom originally, so I thought I would put them in their bedroom. I did end up changing the color of them everywhere, and of course because it was green, I gave them like lots of water, lots of dew collectors, I should say, and some of those things right there, the solar panels. They don't have enough solar panels. They still have quite a pretty high electric bill. They are positive on their water, so they were a little embarrassed. I think Knox is a green fiend, so he didn't really like the fact that their bills were so high. And I didn't really change the landscaping. I kind of just left it the way it was because that was just not my focus. I was more focusing on actually the inside and playing. And that's kind of how I did it. But I did keep, like I said, I kept the theme. So they had all of these, so I left that. They're not that expensive for decorating. The house itself ended up being pretty pricey in the end. But I edited most of it from build mode without actually entering the house. So it was like having free build mode on. And that's sort of what happened. But then the things I added in the end, they had to like earn some money. I know Blossom, but the other sim, Mary, maybe, I can't remember, she got really good at juice fizzing, so she was making some money from that. And of course Blossom was selling her paintings on Plopsy, so she made a decent amount from that. And they've actually reduced the fee. It used to be 10 simoleons to list on Plopsy, but now it's only 5. That was after the game update, the most recent one, so that was kind of a good thing. And I do end up moving that table for woodworking up to the up above, where essentially Knox's old house used to be, just because they don't use it very much, and I put a patchy there instead. So I did use seasons a little bit because there's going to be a beehive. You can see the beehive, and then I put that there too. But but again, you don't really need seasons. If you don't have seasons, it's not going to be needed. Just going to miss a couple of things that are actual things you play with. And I'm just putting I made it all green, and then I actually end up erasing some of the green because I figured where like some of the stuff is, the dirt patches that were naturally there were probably more appropriate. So, but that's kind of really the basic build, and we're gonna go into some screenshots of a few before and after, but mostly after. So here's how it looked before, just from the front, and there is the after from the front again. The color sort of stayed there, and there's a top-down view. So you can see it's very similar, but just more things have been added and is more fleshed out. And again, this is just, you can see I've added green roofing to help with the green in the area. And there was the original little place with the, and there you see Knox's place, how it's been changed in color and whatnot. And there's their full apartment down below, which gives them lots of living space. And there's just a close-up of there. And then we'll have just some screenshots of them, enjoying their space, as well as just some shots of the space. All of these will be, of course, the after shots. And there you can see the eggs up there and some of the things that Blossom knit were there. We've gone by them now. And there's the Bun and little Iris playing with the dollhouse. And there is the couple's bedroom. And you can see a few different angles, and you can see how I changed the color of that planter. And there's got plants all over, everywhere. And there's that tiny little bathroom, of course, that sort of is between the main area, but they can get to it from their bedroom. I added that after. I had a little extra spot for them to have some indoor gardening. And there's their little action area. And there she is in painting. She liked to paint a lot, but that I did accidentally get rid of her special easel that was on the lot, but I just gave her a regular one. And there you can go down the stairs and she's chatting up. Iris is chatting up with Blossom. And then you can see they did have the green initiative, so the whole place was like all the Port Promise was cleaned up. And there is his space afterwards a little bit closer, and there is the shot. So once again, there are what we were supposed to do up on the screen. I did change it a little bit because I did want to keep the look how it was originally. I just wanted it more green by adding more green touches to it, and I built it down to give them the extra space for the couple, and then gave Knox what was originally the couple's space so that he could have his own little space there. Havana is touring, like I said earlier, on her Twitch. I will have the link down below. And don't forget to vote for your favorite renovation. Voting will be up until Tuesday, August 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will have the link down below, and both the renovated house and the family will be on the gallery if you want to check them out and play with them yourself. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!